YouTube family, what's going on? My name is Ty. Welcome back to the channel. Where here I talk about fashion, fragrance, and variety of lifestyle topics. So if you're interested in that type of content, do me a favor, consider subscribing. That way you're notified every time I post a new video. Today, I'm back with another fragrance review, this time for Joe Milano's Game of Spades Wildcard. So as always, we'll talk a little bit about how this one smells, then we'll talk about its versatility, performance, and I'll leave you with my final thoughts. So if you're interested in that, let's jump into it. So for those of you that have been following my channel for a while, about a month or so ago, I made a video where I sampled a number of different fragrances from Joe Milano, specifically their Game of Spades collection. And of the ones I sampled, Wildcard was hands down my favorite, mainly because it reminded me and also is inspired by, to no surprise, of a Bon Numéro 9 fragrance. Bon Numéro 9's Lafayette Street. So that fragrance, one that I really like, I really enjoy, have, a sample of it. I've smelled it many times, but just never wanted to purchase a full bottle, mainly because of the price. And then when comparing the price to kind of what you get, of course, the quality is there and it's good, but just the overall scent, right? So it's more of a pretty fresh, slightly floral, a little sweet type of fragrance. And for me, it's not that unique enough or not one that I just feel would be justified to spend the amount of money that the Lafayette Street actually is. So when I came across this fragrance from Joe Milano, I was very excited. And then initially sampling, again, was just blown away by how accurate it is. And not only is it extremely accurate, but also the quality it's there. It's very high quality, smells amazing, actually parfum concentration, which we'll get into in a second. So yeah, with that, actually, let's just jump into how this one smells. But first, we'll kick things off with a brief look at the presentation. Not that it's the most important thing, but for what it's worth, the presentation is beautiful. You get this suede sort of velvet touch on the box. The bottle is extremely heavy, as is the cap. And again, just kind of the black and gold, touch. Really nice, really simple, really refined, really elegant. And overall, again, just a very beautiful presentation, in my opinion. So what does this one actually smell like, y'all? So in the opening, you're going to get some coriander, some floral notes, some bergamot. Really, this makes this one, very fresh, very bright when you first spray it on. To me, almost reminiscent of crisp, fresh, clean linen. Just smells really good, but then almost immediately you start to get those mid notes, right? So in the mid, you have apple, vanilla, and ambroxan. They really add some warmth, some depth to this fragrance, and a little bit of sweetness. And, that slightly floral citrus opening with that warmth through the mid, really just smells good, y'all. Like I said, it's still fresh and it's still clean, but has some warmth to it as well. And this one is just super easy to wear, super fast appealing, which of course we'll jump into when we talk about performance and versatility. But really just an enjoyable fragrance, I'd say, from opening to mid. Then as you get in the base, you get some woods that really help this one from leaning or going too sweet. And I think you also have some ambergris as well. But all in all, y'all, this is really just a nice, fresh, like I said, semi-floral, not too much florals there, but in the opening, you get that floral blast. And then, as you work through the mid, really just get that sweetness, and that apple, vanilla, and tonka are kind of to me, main players, but then also the woods as well, because again, they don't let this one get too sweet, which is something that I really enjoy. So all in all, with this one, you're going to get a fresh, slightly floral fragrance that has a really nice warmth and sweetness to it. And y'all, this one just smells great. For me, it's one that's really just easy to like. It's enjoyable. And it's one that is very simple, right, in terms of kind of the note breakdown and how it smells, but still unique whenever you're comparing it to other fresh or kind of the typical blue or aquatic fragrance that you may think of when you think of a freshie. So For me, I think that's what I appreciate most, right? It's still very wearable, very fresh, very clean, but does it in a way that's kind of different from the norm, or at least the norm when comparing to, a blue or an aquatic fragrance. So really great fragrance, y'all. So let's jump into performance and versatility, and we'll start with performance. Between the sample that I have and this full bottle here, I've had a chance to wear this one, I'd say around a handful of times, and for me, y'all, this one performs really well. From a longevity perspective, I'm easily getting 8+ hours each time I wear it. And then from projection, I think it projects pretty well for the first 2.5 hours. But for me, it's the sillage with this one that really is most beautiful and just, really works so well, right? So that scent trail that you leave, or, that I left whenever I wore this one, just amazing, right? And again, this one is parfum concentration. So I'd say as a whole, when comparing to some other fragrances that might be, more beast mode projectors, it's just a bit closer to skin, but overall, like I said, it still projects well. And again, the magic is in that sillage, right? So that kind of takes me into compliments as well. So again, this fragrance has only been in my collection for a short amount of time, but extremely and very highly complimented. I feel like every time I've worn this one, I've got a compliment, right? And again, speaking to that sillage, it has typically been, right, either a situation where, I walk past someone and, I'm going in a different direction, but then I come back to where I was and they just catch wafts of it, right? And they're just like, hey, I just want to let you know you smell really good, right? So again, when you're standing right next to someone or, kind of in your immediate bubble, can definitely still pick this one up and likely will pull compliments that way. But for me, it's been in that scent trail, that sillage as you're walking past, kind of people catching wafts of it, or, it being kind of where you just were and then you coming back to that spot. Definitely is one that has a beautiful sillage and just really smells amazing. So moving into my final thoughts, this one smells amazing, and it's one that exudes that quiet confidence. Isn't too loud, it doesn't do too much, but still is unique and does its own thing as well. Again, when comparing to, fragrances that are out there in a designer market or your typical fresh or blue or aquatic fragrance, it's going to stand out, right? Be different enough from those, but still have an overall fresh, clean, feeling to it, but has that warmth and depth that just makes it extremely versatile and super mass appealing, in my opinion. This one is extremely versatile. You can throw this one on no matter the season or occasion, and you can have that confidence and know that you're going to smell great no matter what's going on. It also performs really well. Again, I'm getting 8+ hours longevity each time I've worn it thus far, but the star is really in that sillage, right? So this one leaves an amazing scent trail and definitely brings in those compliments, and is one that's just extremely enjoyable for not only you, but for people that are going to smell you as well. And lastly, the price. So I picked this one up on Joma Shop for about $60, and at that price, I think this one is an absolute steal. Again, if you like Bond Number 9's Lafayette Street, you're going to want to get your nose on this one, guys. It smells very good, extremely similar to that scent. And again, the performance, the quality of the fragrance that you're getting, especially for the price, very hard to beat. You'd be foolish not to try it. Again, if you like Bond Number 9's Lafayette Street, or you're just looking for, a new fresh fragrance that has some warmth and sweetness to it, get your nose on this one, y'all. Joe Milano's Game of Spades Wildcard. So that's going to wrap up today's review, y'all. I want to take a moment to thank you all for checking out this video, tuning in. Really means the most to me. I know you could be doing anything else, but you decided to watch, and I appreciate that. As always, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've tried Bond Number 9's Lafayette Street, and if you've tried Joe Milano's Game of Spades Wildcard, or anything from the Game of Spades collection. Let me know your thoughts and experience with that, and I'll be sure to check it out. As always, peace and love. See you all in the next episode.